So far we've talked about when to scan, where to scan, like this, to look at the birth canal, and the two things we look for, which are placenta previa and breech. We now want to talk about how you can move the probe to look at other areas. So the initial scanning position is the midline down here, tilt, dot pointing up, and you're looking at the birth canal. But let's say, for example, if we open up this womb, this baby's head is up, so this is breech, and let's say the placenta is all the way up here, it's the fundal placenta. So if you look down here, you're not going to be able to see the placenta of the baby's head. So if you're interested in these other areas, all you have to do is move the probe, move and tilt, just find the thing you're looking for. But very important thing is to keep the dot pointing up all the time, and I'll tell you why. Once you find whatever it is that you're interested in, let's say the baby's head, okay? Then you can tilt the probe, you can turn the probe so the dot is pointing this way, which is the mother's right side, okay? Don't turn it the other way, it's just a convention. If you start turning in all sorts of different directions, it gets very confusing and you don't know what you're looking at. So either keep it looking up or to the right, this way, in between. You do not want to go all the way around like this, okay? That's just a convention. Because the dot, remember the dot on the screen is always on the right side. Now the view, the image that you get from going from here to here, even though you're looking at the same thing, can change completely. Let's look at why. Now remember, this just takes a snapshot of, imagine a knife that comes out of the ultrasound. Just take a snapshot like that. This snapshot is completely different from this snapshot. Let's take this soccer ball, right? This is a sphere. If I scan like this with a dot pointing up, I'm taking a cut like this. That's going to look like a circle. Now, if I turn it so the probe is the dot is pointing this way, I'm getting a cut like this. That is also a circle. You can think of the baby's head as like that. The baby's head kind of looks like a sphere. So let's say we're scanning the baby in this way, right here. So we're making a cut through there. What kind of a picture are we going to get? Well, the picture's going to look like this. You'll be able to see the outline, because you're cutting this way, of the nose, mouth, and all that, okay? Now, what if we were to scan like this? Or actually, I'm sorry, let's turn the baby this way. Scan like this. If we're to scan like this, dot pointing up, we're going to be cutting it this way. So we're going to be getting an outline image this way, so you will not be able to see the nose, mouth, and all that, okay? Another example. We're going to use a football to illustrate the next point. So a football is not a sphere, it's an oval, right? So if we were to scan this football in this direction, we're going to be cutting it like this. So what are we going to see? We're not going to see a circle, but we're going to see this outline, which is an oval. Now, same thing. All I'm doing is turning it. So the dot now points this way. But I get a completely different image. Because if I cut this in the middle like this and look at it this way, I see a circle. So this is an example of where if you're looking at something and you simply just turn the probe, you get a completely different picture. The baby's body, or the trunk, can be thought of like that. It's either a cylinder or an oval. It's not a sphere. So let's say the baby is lying like this, and you're scanning with the dot pointing up. What are you going to see? Let's say you're scanning like this. Well, we're going to get a cut through here. So the cut through the body is kind of like a circle at that level, right? I think you can see that. As opposed to this cut with the dot pointing this way, now you're going to be cutting it like this, so you're going to be able to see the baby's spine and everything. So that will come up as like a line, okay? So again, this is very important because obviously you're not going to be able to see inside the mother's body. Otherwise, we don't need an ultrasound if we can. So what you need to be able to do is, as you move the probe and as you turn and as you see different types of images, you have to be able to figure out from what you see on the screen and where the dot is, how the baby is lying. Okay? So let's say you're scanning and you get a certain picture this way, you turn and you get a different picture this way, and then you can figure out how the baby is positioned. If the baby is lying this way, this way, this way, or this way. Okay?